Hi guys, my name's Jon Winker, and I would like to share with you probably one of the easiest ways to start working from home and how to actually work from home and generate income. And there's a lot of talk on the internet, and the most common household business is the MLM slash direct sales industry or network marketing, whatever the gurus like to call it. But the real problem with those businesses, comes down to binary income will cause most people to fail regardless of effort. So that's why I use systems. One of the other benefits of using systems is I don't like selling, convincing, or anything like that. I do enjoy teaching people how to market, and I enjoy teaching people the real truth about the industry. For the number one reason is so people stop wasting their money on methods that just won't work and never will work, and just throw their money out the window. So I started using systems about a year ago. I had a pretty large learning curve. I was in the construction industry for 14 years doing concrete, and I got started in MLM, and I was a Montevideo rep. And after studying how that stuff really works, I ended up joining Rod about a year ago. So I'm going to show you kind of why so many people are failing in the home-based business industry and how to avoid those same deadly mistakes and to stop selling things. And working from home is actually fun when you're not selling, pitching, and convincing. But I am going to teach you a little bit about the MLM network marketing, because there's so much hype on the internet, it just makes me sick. But let me show a little bit of how a comp plan really breaks down so it's not so confusing. Okay, say this was your typical MLM company. The company, XYZ company here, whatever it is, juice, pills, diet, weight loss, whatever. And let's say you had 1,000 people in this business, okay? These businesses start over every time you sign somebody up. So if you had 1,000 people and say your commissions were $20, this would be 20 grand for this person, and then it divides by 2 because these businesses start over. So that'd be $10,000, dollars for these two. Does it again. These businesses start over every time somebody, signs up. So this is $5,000 a piece, and it does it again. Now you're at $2,500 a piece, and these businesses start over every time, someone signs up, and they just keep on going like that. Not saying there's anything wrong with XYZ company or whatever, but the amount of failure that is mechanically attached to these businesses, that's why you see so many people promoting systems. Because this can never work for everybody, and not everybody wants to spend all their time learning how to affiliate market, trying to sell products, and, that's basically why Rod has these systems. And Rod generates income the same way I do, the same way, thousands of other people do. And it's, most of the profit goes to the owner of the business, not the owner of this business. Say this was an insurance company. If I had 1,000 people in this business, 936 people will be under their monthly payment just through how this business works. So what works for one will never work for a ton. And what I like about using systems is I make my own capture page, I am Tool Suite, and then when they opt into that form, they go to the system, and if they like what they see, they can contact me, and I teach people how to build their own capture page and how to get traffic to that capture page. And I also have a blog, and the only reason I use that blog is kind of like a documentary, or I do a little bit of keyword research, but that stuff is slow and it's boring. So basically, if you say whatever domain name you want to use, say, I use my own name, jonwinker.com, for my blog, and then I use different domain names here. What I'll do is I'll build a capture page, and I'll see how well it converts. Say I get 20% opt-in rate. Say I send it out to 1,000 people. Say 200 opt-in, and I only have 10 sign-ups. Well, I might reconfigure this capture page, and when I find one I like, I take that simple domain name that I have here, and then I call up GoDaddy, and I get a domain name I like and mask it, and then boom, now my capture page is live on the internet, and I direct people right to the capture page. And then I see this little video that I'm making, and this is a really simple business compared to trying to do this. And I get a lot of people on my website. I'm not trying to bash the program. I'm really trying to help people start generating income. In this economy, there are people trying to learn whatever it takes, and they're buying things that just won't work ever. And this all seems a little bit confusing, but this is the truth. 95% of the whole industry will lose money regardless. It doesn't matter how good you are, how bad you are, or anything like that. Most of these businesses have a very low retention rate and a huge mechanical failure rate that's completely unavoidable. So I use systems. And the system separates the curious from the serious, so I don't have to pitch, sell, convince. And this is all real easy stuff. And one of the biggest problems I see in the home-based industry is like even the MLM leaders and the gurus on the internet, they say that, I built this empire, I never talked to a single person and all that stuff. The reality is branding yourself is one of the biggest keys to working from home, because everybody has to learn from somebody. If you're not teaching somebody else how to do it, that's like going to college without a professor. You're not going to learn the course sitting there by yourself. So it only makes sense to have somebody teach you instead of, stumbling around on the internet forever, trying to learn why, the how, or, and all those things just take forever if you're learning it on your own. And it's not very fun either, because you end up buying more stuff than you need. But I'm not saying nothing bad about MLM or those business models, but just for the record, most people will never make any money with those programs. They're hard to market. Most people are only in a home-based business for one reason. They want extra money. They want to be able to spend more time with their family, and they don't want to be a slave to their business. And that's why I use systems. I let the system separate the curious from the serious. I don't want to do that. And my primary business is a secret formula webinar, but I know due to the economy, some people won't have the funding to get started with that business. So I recently joined HBB Academy, which is the same style business, but the reality of that is it's a $300 business. And so many people act like the truth about traffic, the truth about this, truth about track, but let me clear a little bit of something up. 97% of 70 million people are not generating any income trying to learn how to do this from home, okay? So what happens is everybody comes up with their own traffic stuff. But the reality is, if I have a capture page that I like, and I say I run it through a newspaper ad. I know it sounds a little bit crazy. A newspaper ad that, say it says something like, if you want to work the rest of your life, that's your business, or if you don't, that's mine. People are going to read that and want to go see what you're doing. So this isn't as complicated as everyone makes it sound. But the reality of the situation is, all this internet marketing and all this jazz that goes on the internet, those strategies are in place to keep people from being successful. Okay, now if 1 million people join, say this was Montevideo, if 1 million people join that business, 936,000 people will lose money regardless of effort. So knowing that, those people also tell people how to get traffic, how to Facebook market, how to Twitter market, all these different markets, because there's an onslaught shortage of people to make someone successful. What works for a 1 doesn't work for a ton. It's mechanically not possible. So what I like to show people is you can either do the hardest things in the world, or you can do easy things. And the reason that I like to explain things is I get a lot of people saying, John, is this real? If this is a real business, that's fine. Well, there's probably a couple 100,000 people already using HBB Academy. And once you start getting used to, generating income from home and blah, 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 whatever, it's just like getting a new job. It's the same thing. Getting started is the only stumbling part that ever there. But once you get started, it's just simple. You invite people to, explain why you joined this system. And people join people, not businesses. So many people leave all these different businesses all over my website when people join people, not businesses. But take care. Look at the system. See what you think. If it's something you'd like to do, I'd be more than happy to teach you how to do it. And feel free to give me a call. Jon Winker saying goodbye.